Hello friends, let's study the next concept in RFMV concept where we are going to tag the customer based on their activity. For this you can use various parameter. I am using the parameter the time limit of their last visit, and similarly you can do for various parameters also. So for example, I want to give the segmentation different names to my customer, or you can say the category of my customer as a dormant category customer who has not visited more than 300 days now, occasional customer who has visited us between 100 to 200 days. My frequent customer are those customers who are visiting us between 30 to 100 days. Our regular customer who have visited within a month, and irregular customers who visit us between 200 300. So these particular categories are generated by me. You can give any category based upon your basis of segmentation. Maybe you want to make any customer as a dormant customer who has not visited for you more than 365 days. It's your wish. So you can adjust accordingly the size of the category. For now I have taken this category. uh, for a better understanding, I'll try to do this activity again. You remember in last video we have calculated the recency data by deducting the date from which we want to compare, or it can be today's date as well. It's your wish, to the order date, and then again we will make the pivot table, and within pivot table I will add one more column. So let's see how we do it. I'm doing it repeatedly just for the more understanding. So I'll again select the data, and I'll go to the insert, pivot table, range, existing worksheet so that you can see the things. Okay, so I have not given the location. So this is my location, and the first thing, as you all are aware till now, is the customer name. And in values, what I will do, order date I am interested in. So by default it is count of order date. I want to change it. If you remember in the last video, I was interested in knowing the latest one, so maximum of order date. And one more field I want, days since last purchase. So in this, by default it is taken sum of days last date. I don't want sum of last day. I want minimum of this, that recently how when that customer has visited. So these two things will serve my purpose. In case you want the frequency of the customer also, so you can do customer name here, and it will give the count of the customer. So by default it will take count of the customer, so I need not to change it. So it will tell the number of visits. So with this I can start my work, and you can see this is the table I have got. So what I'll do, I'll just copy the columns. I will not take this grand total, otherwise it will be very difficult to make the changes. So I'll simply do the paste special. Uh, I'm just going to paste. Now what I will do, I will change the table content or the column name. So it would be customer maximum of order date means uh, last order place, last order placed, and count of the customer name means frequency of visits. In the same column you can make one more you can add one more column. If I can do it here for you, that we have find out the value of also. So we can again go to the pivot table option, and we can make a make a comprehensive table. For now we can leave it also, or you can make a simple table also. So you can go and make the new pivot table as well if you want. uh, so show the field list, and I want to, let's say, add the order amount also, and I'll take it here only. And about the order amount, I will take the sum of order amount. So the moment I do it, I got one more column, sum of order amount, and I can take it to the this thing. So this particular column is giving me the maximum number of amount that person is given. So value of the orders, of all the orders. So it will show me that which customer is giving me how many orders. So all these informations are very much important for the company. So I'll make it little different column name so that you can uh, understand what is this. So recency, we can say that because based on the recency we are going to um, name the customer in this particular video, but you can place it from you can tag the customer as per any criteria, maybe based on the frequency of visit, maybe based on the frequent recency of the visit, or you can say value of the orders. So as you can see that I have given this category dormant, more than this. So what I'll do for making it little readable, I'm just deleting this thing, and I'll just copy these thing close to the table so that you can compare it any point at any point of time. I'm just adding it here so that you can compare it when we get it. So here I want to put a new column called category. Now what I will do, I will just simply put a if s formula here. So I'll say if s, this is another kind of formula. It's an alternative to if s uh, net. So in if s, what I will do, I'll say if the recency of the visit. So every time I'll compare this number with this number. So if this is less than, what is the minimum number is? Less than 30 days. So if this is L30 is the column name. So don't confuse it with this 30. So L30 is less than 30, comma, then tag it as regular. So regular is K27, but you have to fix it column because every time it will compare the number. Now formula will be little large, so I'll write here. Then again I'll say if L30 is less than equal to 100 this time, then it should be frequent. And again I'll put the dollar sign in front of the, sorry, this. So this formula is pretty simple. It's just that you have to do twice or thrice and you will be able to understand. Again, comma. Again, we are taking this comparison के लिए we are taking L30 is less than equal to. The third category is occasional, which is the number is 200. So I'll put it like that. Then I'm saying it should be occasional. And what you will do, you will again fix the dollar sign. And then again, I'll put L30. You guessed it right. Less than 300, less than equal to 300 because it is because it's 1200 to 300. Then it is irregular, and again I'll put the dollar sign in front of the irregular. And last option is if again L50 is greater than 300, then put this. Again I have to put the dollar sign. The moment I put the dollar, the column will be fixed because every time I have to go back to this index. So let me run this value. And you can see that based on the recency, it is 50 days. So if a person is buying between 30 to 100 days, he should be a frequent customer. So frequent is there, and then I'll drag it, and then you can compare it. So you can see that a person who has visited 404 days, last visit 404. So it is a dormant customer. And if it is he is visiting 101 days, so that means he is coming into this category. And that's why you can see by just in my data, somebody is not appearing in the less than 30 days. So that's why it's not appearing here. You can tweak the number, you can change the number from there, and then you can find it in your ways. In case I can also do it right now, but in that case I have to make little change. Let's say I will do here is 35, and then I'll change it to 35. In this case, on the formula also I need to change to 35, and that's it. In case I do that, so you will feel that, see that a regular thing will be there. So person who has visited 34 days, it is a regular one. So you can color code that. So now this is the frequency, this is the recency, and this is the value, and then you have put the category also. Similar way you can make the category for the frequency also. For example, I category, I'm making that a person who is making visits less than 2 visits, he is a frequent, sorry, who is making more than let's say 8 visits. I'm just giving this number, keeping in my mind my data. So if a customer is visiting more than 8 times or 7 times, maybe he is a regular for me. Maybe if he is visiting more than 5 times, then he is a frequent for me. Maybe if he's visiting more than 4 times, he is a occasional for me. Maybe if a person is repeating or more than 7, more than 5, or I can say up to 5, up to 5, then up to 7, and then up to 4. Up to means till that range. And maybe dormant is just 1 visit, and up to 3 maybe. So you can make any such kind of categorization, and it will depend upon the question that on what basis they will ask you to make this category. So this is the way you do it. I hope you will understand. If you will practice this question based on some dummy data, you would be able to solve the questions. Thank you so much. This is the concept till now. Thank you so much.